It is a chilly, kind of misty morning. Very overcast. Like I said, guys, it's overcast and chilly this morning. It's kind of misty out. So we're going to make it as far as we can before the rain starts. Hopefully it doesn't start for quite a while. We're about at our normal time, and traffic's already picking up here. So it's probably going to be a busy day. Gypsy, she's in her little hoodie this morning. All right, come on. Let's go over here. Come on. Oh, shit. Not gonna work. There we go. Sorry, guys, there's another dog, so we're gonna wait a second. Gypsy, set. Set. All right, guys, be patient with me just for a minute. There's another dog across the street, so Gypsy's kind of wound up about it. Just give me 1 second, guys. Gypsy, no ma'am. No ma'am. Hold on, girl. All right, guys, like I said, sorry, there's another dog across the street, and Gypsy's kind of worked up about it. All right. Come on. Come on. Gypsy, stop. All right, there we go. She gets overly excited sometimes. All right, girl. Gosh. Oh, man. Like I said, it's kind of mist in here. I'm getting hit in the face. Light mist. Hopefully that doesn't turn into the rain they've got forecast, at least not yet. Come on, girl. So you guys get to see it during its overcast morning. Usually there's instead of overcast, it's usually coastal fog that we see. So this is which you can see the fog still in the background, but it's mostly mist this morning and cloud overcast. Yep, that's my pit bull, Gypsy. 80 pounds of high energy, to say the least. All right, right up that road is the evacuation zone. You want to cross, Gypsy? Every once in a while in the morning, she likes to cross the road, but usually she'll stick to the same side. Like I've said before, she's a creature of routine. What state? Oregon. Hi to all of you. Hope you're doing good this morning, wherever you are in this world. Yeah, I'm in Oregon, United States, West Coast. Like right on the coast. Female. She's 4 years old. Come on, girl. Just turned 4 a while back. We just had a birthday party for her. There we go. This is the chainsaw carving art gallery. Oh, you have a Mel. Right on. I've always done better with female dogs. Just seems like they bond better with males, but male dogs are definitely cool and seem less intense, that's for sure. The females are definitely, like I said, a little more go-to, you know what I mean? There we go. Hey, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you guys got some decent plans today. I'm hoping that it doesn't actually rain much today because I'd like to get out and get some things done. I've got a flea market booth that I really need to straighten up, and the rain isn't going to stop me from doing that because it's inside. But yes, Oregon. The rain isn't going to stop me from doing that, but it makes it less likely for me to want to get out to do it. You know? It's the other side of Maine. We're in downtown, Old Town. Oh, so you got a male that's highly energetic. So maybe it's not just a... maybe it's not just a female thing then. I don't think with my knee we'd get very far with a piggyback ride. Like I said, this is Old Town, as they call it. This is where all the older businesses and buildings are for the most part. Art galleries, the dispensaries down here. The flea market where I have a booth is down here. Art gallery, like I said, over there. Little breakfast cafe. There's another piece of art. Yeah, Gypsy's 80 pounds right now is what she weighed in at a year ago when she had her updated rabies shot. She loves to stop and smell the flowers every single morning. And that I absolutely love about her. She can be such a beast, and then she stops to smell pretty flowers. It's great. All right, girl, where are you going? All right, let's go this way. Come on. Creative Mercantile Flea Market right there. This here is the dispensary, which is legal recreational marijuana for those of you that don't have dispensaries. This one's a pretty good one. They got cheap prices and a decent atmosphere. I'm trying to quit myself. No reason, no health reason or anything. I'm just getting to the age where I realize I don't really need it all that much. Or so I think so right now. You know, a month from now I'll be right back to where it's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to quit. I know this looks like a sketchy alley, but it's not. There's no place that's really sketchy here. It's a pretty safe community. I'm not a stoner. I hate that term and that personality type being put on me. That's for sure. I don't sit on the couch and say stupid crap and don't know where I'm at like, you know, typical 16-year-old stoners. Nope. I'm highly functioning. Oh yeah, cloudy and misty, man. I'm hoping that we don't end up getting rained on and soaked. If it does start pouring rain, I'll definitely have to cut this short. So my phone is definitely not waterproof, and neither are we. Hi there. All right. It's a sugar shack across the street. All right, well, let's take care of that right now. There we go. Every morning there's somebody that joins the block party. This is like the type of morning where you get a mixture of crowds. You get some really cool, really laid back people, and then you get the living in their mama's basement types too. Oh, dude, yeah. She loves her hoodie. When it's time to put it on, all I got to do is get it out, and she's excited as heck. She loves it. She loves to be warm and comfortable. Of course, don't we all? But she's very spoiled. She's an inside, all dogs should be inside, but she sleeps on the couch. She has a mom and dad. She's pretty spoiled. Heck yeah, dude. Help the algorithm and help me. I don't drink anymore, but I don't have a problem with other people doing it. I've been sober 9 years now. California sober. I still smoke weed, but like I said, I don't have an issue with it as long as you're not driving and as long as you're not causing issues in your life or anyone else's. It was always just excess with me. And oh, dude, nobody, thank you. I hope that's what your screen name says. Yeah, weed is definitely better than alcohol, dude. Weed don't end up in, fiery DUI crashes. We just had a gentleman here get drunk and hit a school bus that was carrying a basketball team. The coach is dead, and I believe 2 students. It's very sad. Very sad, and it's not the first accident he's caused. Like just a couple months ago, he was bonded out on a really bad accident that he caused. We go, here's the art on the wall. Reedsport's a very artsy place. The entire coastline is, from here to California to Washington. I'm not all that familiar with Washington. I've been to Seattle. And as far as California goes, I've been to LA, I've been to San Francisco, Berkeley, San Jose. I've been a couple blocks into Oakland, only because it's connected to Berkeley via Telegraph Avenue, and I didn't know where I was going. Weed is a gift, and it does help you get more in tune with yourself and everything else. And like I said, it's just to the point where I'm liking less and less to be altered. I've been smoking a couple bowls of an evening to knock myself out at night or to help with the process. But during the day, I've been trying to slack off it. I don't know. Not the type of girls I want to get, that's for sure. I'm married anyway, but I was just giving a friend advice on that, and I was like, yeah, I don't think the bar is a good place to pick up women. It's not going to end up good. Water's moving this morning. I can't tell. It looks like the tide is coming in. Don't quote me on that. It's probably the exact opposite. My wife always seems to know. But the water is higher than what it was yesterday morning. Yesterday it was so foggy we couldn't see the water, so I guess this is a nice break for sure. All right, hold on, Gypsy. Let's get a shot of the river. There we go. It's a very majestic river. This is where the Smith River and the Umpqua converge. I just call it the Umpqua. I've been corrected on it before. But 3.5 miles from where we stand, it feeds right into the Pacific Ocean. So the water goes in and out with the tide. It's a very strong current. Even if it doesn't look strong, trust me, it is. You don't want to get in here without safety gear and knowing how to swim. That's for sure. And I don't swim, so I get in the water, sometimes not here, but at the beach and further upstream in the river where it's safer, and I get in about knee deep, but come on. All right. Yeah, I do not want to be, I would never want to be with anybody that's altered in any kind of way. You know, I'm more into people that are into me for me. Like I said, I'm married, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm perfectly happily married at that. There we go. This here's the Big Fish restaurant. It's made out of an actual ship. I believe it was owned by the Coast Guard. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember the story and the history of it. But you can even eat in the wheelhouse. Girl, you want to go up this way, or are you spooked? I walk down here every morning. I don't do the boat thing. It's just, this is my favorite spot. Girl, you want to go? No, she is not having it, which means there's something up there she doesn't like. I always try to follow her cue. It's a good way to stay safe if I follow her cue, that's for sure. We saw a sea lion there one morning, and since then she has been spooked. She's gotten to where she'll go up the boardwalk most mornings, but some mornings like today, she's like, nope, she doesn't feel that it's safe. Sorry about the leash going across the dang screen every 5 seconds, but she bounces from side to side. What's better than that is probably a book or a Roku remote is what I'd put on my table. But that's where I'm at in life. Maybe my ukulele tuner. Yeah, I'm 47 years old. I'm pretty boring, and I like it that way. All right, girl. Over there, we went too far now. I wish I would have been able to show you, but right over past that blue building in the background where you can't see is the world's largest sand dunes, or the United States' largest sand dunes, some of the largest in the world. We have professional ATV BMXers come every year, and normal people can go out there anytime, rent ATVs, even during the BMXer thing, because that's called Dune Fest every year, and it draws about 10 to 20,000 at one time out there, which is pretty massive to see. This town is definitely, as they call it, the best known, or the best kept secret on the Oregon coast, is what they call this town. There we go. Here's an old trailer advertising the chainsaw sculpting championships. They have those once a year here. This is known as the chainsaw sculpting capital of the world. They make amazing art every year. I didn't get to watch them doing their thing live last year during the competition, but I saw the artwork afterwards, and everything from scorpions to mermaids to Cthulhu, sea creatures. It's amazing what they do. It is true art. I've never really been interested in it till I moved here and saw all the wood sculptures. And I mean, I'm not a super fanatic about it or anything, but I'd like to see it done in person, that's for sure. Last year I had a flea market I had to vend at, and so making money was more important that year. Dude, you're probably never going to get a girl hanging out in my chat. Just saying. That's the city where they keep Transformers trucks and all that exciting stuff. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys have something fun or good planned today. Accomplish something or don't accomplish anything. Take a you day. Sometimes taking a down day and a you day is more important. Hell, do that any damn chance you get in life. This thing that we got to be always succeeding in something or always accomplishing something, man, it's ruined our humanity. We weren't put here just for that. We really weren't. I mean, we all need money and we all have to have a roof over our head unless you've chosen different lifestyle or you're stuck in a different lifestyle. But yeah, like I said, life is more important. Our time is more important, that's for sure. And I start to realize that the older I get. My dog gets a lot of attention. A lot of attention. I don't know if she's a chick magnet. Like I said, I'm not trying to attract anyone, so. But she's probably a magnet for boy dogs, that's for sure. She's a beauty. Hi there, John. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the mist is getting a little heavier. I'm starting to get a little soaked, but that's okay. It's not actually raining yet. This is what rain season is a lot of mornings here when it's not pouring rain. It's just a light mist, but just enough to get you soaked by the time you get home. We've had a week of really warm, fantastic weather, almost too hot yesterday. Little uncomfortable almost. Now we'll probably have another week or two of rain, and once summer hits, we won't see rain literally the whole summer. It'll get very dry here. Especially inland. Here we've got the coastal layer that comes in the morning that helps, and of an evening. But like I said, as far as rain goes, no, we won't see it the whole summer. We'll be praying for rain by the end of it. Right now I'm at the point where I'm okay with warm weather and the sunshine. I prefer the rain, but I've had enough rain this year to last me. It's been a really rainy, stormy season without too many breaks in between the rain. It's kind of like that movie The Crow when Brandon Lee says it can't rain all the time. Well, apparently he's never been to Oregon or the Pacific Northwest. I know the movie's based in like Seattle or something, but that's what I'm saying. It does rain here all the time, it seems. It's a graveyard for RVs and boats. Gypsy apparently wants to wander through here, so see if we can get a better look. There's an old there's an old Trans Am way over there. I'm not going to walk all the way over there. There's a lot of holes through here, and a lot of people's dogs use the bathroom here, and they don't clean it up. All right, come on, girl. All right, hold on, guys. I've never been out on one of these big boats. I don't swim, and I get seasick. So, like, we went to a restaurant that was a cafe that was floating on the water a couple towns over, and just in there long enough to order my food, and I had to go step outside. I was nauseous the rest of the day, motion sick. And I have a pretty healthy fear of the ocean. We'll take Gypsy to the beach, and I'll get in about sometimes waist deep, but that's it. I have a real healthy respect for the water. It's definitely nothing to play around with. I mean, swimming and all that's fun, and surfing and all that, if you're cut out for it, and if you take that risk. Just not my thing. But I do enjoy the beach, and I'm hoping to get there this week and do a live from there. Get Gypsy some exercise too. Hey John, where are you from, if you're still in here? I feel like I've asked you that before, maybe not if you're completely new. There we go. Those old RVs always look so much fun to get in and drive around, but then you see the condition they get in, and they get in it pretty easy if you don't have a garage. Basically, you drag those big, expensive bastards out once a year when you want to go show off your money and go on vacation. If you're trying to live in one or drive one permanently, they're going to fall apart on you. They're going to mold. Yeah, it's not a good situation. Even if you pay 80 grand for the son of a gun, you're going to have about the same results. And I think at this point in our culture that we try to sell that idea to people as freedom. And yeah, traveling is freedom, but you got to be able to afford the upkeep on one of those damn things too. And yeah, just the gas alone, it'll cost you $100 to get from a couple towns away. And then guess what? You get to town and you're stuck till you can make some money, or you go through your savings so fast that you're in trouble. Old train right there. That train never moves, and I'm a big fan of it. I like the graffiti on it, and graffiti art is really cool. I'm not really into gang tags and obscenities and all that, but sometimes you see some real art. There's some World War II bunkers a town over that I plan on going and filming. They have some pretty cool art pieces spray painted on the wall. I'm hoping to get over there, I don't know, in the next day or two and do a filming. First I thought that was a bat. It's birds. I had a bat fly at me, fly over my head, not at me, but off a building uptown right before the sun came out a few weeks ago. And at first I was like, oh man, that bird's up early, and then I realized birds don't fly at night, so it was definitely a bat, and it was flying sideways, like a glider. Hey girl, come on. Wanna say hi? Good girl. She's not all that much into the camera. Up, dog. Yeah, what's up, dog? That's what I'm supposed to say, right? That's one of my favorite jokes to tell my kid. I'm always like, man, it smells like up dog in here. And then he'll say, what's up, dog? And I say, what's up, dog? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, that's one of my favorite jokes, but... And on a side note from that, I've been in people's houses that do smell like up dog, and yeah, not good. Gypsy smells like a lady. She's pretty well taken care of. She gets a bath, gets apple cider vinegar put on her feet to take care of them. She gets a scented coconut oil, all made with natural stuff by my wife, put on her to keep her soft and smelling good too. The vet told us that she has a perfect coat and perfect skin. And of course that was, like I said, a year ago at her rabies checkup. A year, maybe even 2 years ago, she's getting due for one again. Which is very important around here. We have a lot of wildlife around here. I'd hope that I never have to deal with that issue, with her getting into it with another animal, but you never know around here, or she could get bit by a smaller rodent. You just never know. It's very important. All right, girl, somebody else's dog is ready to go out, sounds like. Right there is the train tracks. We're as you see, we're a bit down from it. The river's right back there. Just a couple blocks. This is 10 feet below river and sea level right here. And then it goes up a little bit to the highway and then dips right back down into a bowl right in front of my house. So if the river ever flooded, or there was, for instance, a tsunami, we would be pretty screwed. You'd have to, that's why if they tell you on the coast anywhere, anywhere in Oregon, even a river flood, tsunami, whatever, you need to evacuate, you better do it. Because if not, the likelihood is that you're not going to make it out alive. We were evacuated for a tsunami once. It was a very traumatic experience. First tsunami evacuation in about 30 years in this area. And yeah, it was scary. Definitely, it put me on edge for a long time. And I've finally gotten over that to where I realize everywhere we live, we're going to be facing either wildfires or tornadoes or floods or earthquakes or whatever. And there's no place on earth I'd rather live than right here. And if I did move, it would be someplace else coastal, I'd hope. But yeah, you just you got to pick your, got to pick your hard, as my wife says, you know. All right. Like I said, believe it or not, this is about busy for this road right here. During the winter, it's usually, and rain season, it's usually pretty slow. During summer, here in about a month or so, this place will be flooded bumper to bumper with RVs and such. Yeah, it gets very busy here. A lot of people camp here in Reedsport. Like I said, there's the chainsaw sculpting competitions. There's yeah, there's a lot going on here. That's for sure. And being 3.8 miles from my front door to the Pacific Ocean, you know, there's a lot of people that come just to be on the beach. Come on, girl. You want to go a different way? All right, we may take an extended detour here. Oregon, West Coast, United States, 3.8 miles from the Pacific Ocean. A few blocks away from the mouth of the Umpqua, which feeds into the ocean. Come on, girl. As you can see, it's like I've told everybody else, it's very misty and overcast today. Little mountain back there, about 300 feet up probably, which is a small mountain here. We're surrounded by trees and water. The Umpqua River snakes around three sides of this place, and it's a raging river. It's very huge. And then on the other side is the Pacific Ocean. So if there was ever a catastrophe and bridges went out, we'd be stuck here. It'd be an island. That's why hopefully that never happens. There's an evacuation route here, but you'd be stuck there for who knows how long, probably weeks, by the time they were able to actually get back through to rescue you. So always be prepared. We have a couple weeks worth of food in our car, tents and all that, in my wife's trunk. So oh yeah, it's getting ready to rain. We've had a week or two of really nice sunny weather. Now we'll probably have a week or two of rain, and then we should be settling into summer, I'd imagine. And then we won't, like I said, we won't see a drop of rain all summer. If it ever rains during the summer, that's a true rarity in any part of Oregon. Dude, Oregon is a beautiful place. It's a very free place. I feel more free here than I have anywhere else in my life. This place that we live right here is a wonderful community full of wonderful people. It's small town USA, but in a good way. Like, I never thought I'd want that experience in my life, but now I don't want to be anywhere else. We lived in a logging town / small inner city for 5 or 6 years, maybe even 7. Yeah, probably closer to 7. Ran our own store during that point, and it was very rough. We were in what you called the Skid Row district, our business was. No, I don't live in a van. Nothing wrong with people that do. No, I live in an apartment. Like I said, this is my home. My wife wants to one of these days travel around and such, and hopefully for her sake we'll be able to do that. I'm more of a homebody. I really am. I'm happy sitting at home, playing music, collecting records and doing YouTube stuff. I like to get out once in a while, but like I said, I'll totally sit on my couch if my wife doesn't prod me to do something. I probably look like I live in a van with my beard and long hair. I've only been up about 20 minutes, so I usually don't look this wild. Well, about an hour now we've been up. Said these train tracks, I live over there. When we first left Kansas, or when I first left Kansas and came out here, I missed the trains because the town we lived in, I didn't hear a single train hardly at all. And in Kansas, you can't get any peace and quiet because there's so many dang trains. But now we live right by the train tracks, and you can feel the vibration when the trains go past, and I like it. Yep, California is what most people think of, and California is a beautiful freaking state. If I ever moved out of Oregon, it would be there. No doubt. And like I said, I don't plan on it. But Oregon's very California-ish. It truly is. We've got a lot of the same issues, but we've got a lot of the same beauty and great things too. Like I said, it's very artistic here, very free. Yes, I've been to Los Angeles, San Jose, Berkeley, San Francisco. Let me see, I was in Anaheim at Disneyland. This has all been years ago. I hardly even remember it, but I was 17, 18. I'm 47 now. We just went to Crescent City, me and my wife did, a couple years ago, and we saw the Redwood Forest, which is quite an amazing place. It's got a very creepy atmosphere to it, though. It really does. Oh, dude, yeah, me too. I love this field, and it turns into like a marsh when it rains. The ducks come over here and play a lot. There's, just in our neighborhood, you see deer at night, wild turkey, wild rabbits, ducks, mallards actually. You see seagulls, crows, like it's, yeah, a lot of wildlife here just in this neighborhood, and we're in town. All right. You just joined a party, dude. A block party. Hello, Julie. How you doing? Julia, I'm sorry. How you doing? Good to see you this morning. All right, girl, come on. Just taking our morning walk. We're just finishing up. I plan on doing a live ukulele from my patio video here in a while. And I'm thinking I might go through my record collection, kill a couple hours and hang out. I've got a little bit of flea market stuff I got to do today, but I got a pretty open schedule. So, hope you're doing good this morning. Me and Gypsy are. Gypsy, say hello. Yeah, she doesn't like the camera. All right, girl, come on. Hopefully it doesn't end up raining all day. I haven't looked at the forecast just long enough to see that we are forecasted some light rain. Oh, hey, man, welcome back. Gypsy's my dog. You see. Julia says hi, Gypsy. Said, I hope all of you have plans to do something fun today, or hell, plans to do nothing today are always fun too. Said it's always important to take a you day, or a you week, or a you month, whatever you can afford to do at your place in life. One thing we don't get back in this world is time. That's for sure. And the older I get, the more I realize that when we ran our own store, I did 7 days a week for months on end, to the point where I literally felt like I wanted to do myself inside the building, you know, not literally, but I was definitely, my depression was not doing good there. Oh, Eleanor Rigby, my wife would freaking love that. That's her favorite Beatles song. And she's always got it in her head what she thinks Eleanor Rigby would look like in her life and stuff. So that's very cool. Oh man, power out, man. Where are you at? Dude, it's still early here. It's about 7:30, 7:45. The coast moves a little later than the rest of the world, I think. There's a few people out and about going into factories or wherever they work, but for the most part, the rest of the town gets lively about 9 or 10. West Texas, man, I hope they get your power back on, dude. Really quick. There's nothing more miserable. Well, there's a lot more miserable, but that's definitely miserable. All right, guys. I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to get off here so I can shower and get around for the day, and I'm hoping to see you all in a couple hours. Yeah, me too. I like a few, but that's about it. All right, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you soon, guys.